Let's try that again from the top. Live coverage of tonight's race presented by the Asphalt Racing Network. Of course, in partnership with Decals Paint and Photoshop for all of your iRacing paint needs. That is your one-stop shop. And of course, Young Hitta Collectibles for all of your new and vintage diecast needs. Be sure to check me out on Whatnot Facebook. Oh God, there's a lot on the screen. We are here for the American Stock Car. Why is there so many wrong things on the screen? We are here for the American Stock Car Racing League as they are going to take on the iRacing Superspeedway today, of course. Remember, this series is brought to you by Veritas International. Of course, a few drivers are already on the track here. Show you what we're looking at for the American Stock Car Racing League. 2.95 mile of a track. It is the Super Speedway version of the paperclip. 105 degrees on the track temps right now, about as hot as it is in my house with a broken unit. 8 miles per hour wind, 68. The regular air temps, we're going to have 65% fuel. One fast repair, excuse me. One fast repair. 4 additional sets of tires. And of course, as always, this is a fix setup race. Oh, awesome. And trading paint isn't on. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. It has been a hot week. It's even hotter right now. AC unit is broken in the house. No central heat. Central AC. It's practically central heat. So, if we sound like we are gassed, we are. we are sitting next to a PC cranking out heat. We are here for you guys tonight. Taking on the trucks tonight. First truck race of the season. Qualifying on the left-hand side of the screen since we weren't live for all of it. Of course, about done with qualifying now. Hopefully it won't be too scary for these drivers here tonight, as it is going to be a wee bit difficult. Having to navigate through this field. It's going to be a very tight track. I don't know if there will be, well, there will be cautions. Just don't know how many there will be or how difficult it might be to have to maneuver some of this field here today. Looking like we almost got a full house today. And do. Indeed, we'll have a full house today. Should make for some good racing here tonight. There's about 13 laps in the tank tonight. Stage break halfway through. Hopefully, everybody's having a good day today. Been a pretty hot week, record highs in certain areas. Kind of hard to try to beat the heat. Almost impossible at times. Qualifying should be about done now. I don't really see anybody else on the track. About 10 seconds left before we go green. Quick check. Everything's working. We're good. Ready to go. Hopefully, this won't be hectic. We go out for warm ups now. We actually get to see a little bit of some side by side race in action. DJ. Appreciate the sub, brother. Yeah, it is a good track, man. We're about getting done. I was letting y'all watch some of those warm-up laps from those drivers. It would be a nice track for officials, I will not lie to you. BMX says top 10 streamers of all time. Well, I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. I try. We're doing big things. We're doing big things. We have an ARN Prize League coming out. We got ARL. If you guys have been with me since my console days of running, I used to run a league called Asphalt Racing League on console. We are now officially branching out. We are joining iRacing. So if you're interested in getting into ARL, it's going to run Thursdays. Exclamation point Discord gets you in my personal Discord, but we can get you the link from there. So if you're interested in wanting a race, we can get you in both. We can get you in the prize race, or we can get you in the regular league. The prize race, since we're talking about it, it's a $20 entry per race, 40 max drivers. Only 40 drivers with the fastest times will be accepted. No teams. It's all single car runs. Of course, top 3 for each race will gain a payout for the 4 crown jewel races we will run for the year. That is all we're doing, is just the crown jewel tracks. 1 race every 3 months. So if it sounds good enough for you, and we can max out that field of $40, that is a $300 prize to the winner. If you feel like you have what it takes, come on, join the ARN Prize League and see if you can take that pot home. I'm going to have to get specific commands set up. I'm going to do that at some point in time. I say it every day, and then I never do it. I'm going to end up doing it. I got to do it. Just don't know when. But I'll do it. But yeah, appreciate that resub. 10 months strong, brother. Drivers practicing pit entrance. It's going to be a little bit of a difficult one. We are now ready. Get this song out of here. What are we doing? We got to get the mood ready. War paint being put on for sure. Drivers now in the cars, getting ready to roll. Looking at your qualifying grid. We saw it. Well, we're going to roll through it again. In row number 1 on the pole position is going to be Ethan Horst with DJ Norris in second. Row number 2 is going to be Kevin Leash and Brandon Matthews. Row number 3, Vicente Guerrero and Josh Ball. No Presta taking row 3 for themselves. Row 4, Daniel Holloway and Dwayne Corbett. Another teammates. Adam Schroem and Eric Rodman in row 5. Row 6 is going to be Kilday and Alessi. Row 7, Matthew Wilson and Alan Hess. Row 8, Madeline Jackson with Chase Greer alongside. Row 9, Paul Bloom and Todd Poston. Stephen Jack and Russ Hancock in row number 10. Row 11 is going to be Zach Stevens and Matt Benke. Row 12, Trevor Yates and Charlie Morgan in 24th. 25th and 26th, row 13, Joshua Riddle and Dalton Gibson. 76, Edward Smith and Michael Hora in row 14. In row 15 in the back of the pack by himself. It's going to be the 20 of Hunter Smith. Should be a good race. This is officially, and I can say this in almost a year and a half of doing this, I just had to buy another track. It's been almost an entire year that I have not had to buy a track. So we can officially say this is our first official broadcast at the iRacing Superspeedway. Cannot tell you what is going to happen. I have no time on this track. I can tell you these embankments are hellacious. Just looking right now. Man, it is literally a crazy embankment. Of course, this is a fictional arena for previous generation NASCAR Cup Series cars to run without restrictor plates. And we are now green flag. Oh, for some reason, we have no race audio. Apologize about that, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea why the race isn't being picked up. We're going to try to see if we can get that fixed without having to go to a quick commercial break to do so. I believe there it is. I believe we just got it. Vicente Guerrero is there on lap 2 now. Vicente Guerrero still sitting in that lead position. Josh Ball now up to second place. They are tandem drafting now going around the track. It's going to be a pretty easy night. Yeah, for some reason, everything had discombobulated itself. So thankfully, I didn't have to put a commercial break to fix it. We had no Presto Racing leading the field right now. With a pretty good margin there, 33 of Ball is going to take his teammate down low. I mean, look at the embankment. Holy hell, man. We're going to go to the roll bar cam for this. Or the gyro cam, actually. So we can see how crazy this embankment is. Following the leader right now, Josh Ball. Just wait for it. You're almost a 45-degree angle. It's insane. I'd love to see someone go to the top side so we can see that. It's probably not much different. I mean, just looking through the field as they enter these curves, it is diabolically crazy. I mean, one hell of a fictional track, shall we say here. Trying to get these cams a little bit wider for you. See a little bit more of the action going on as they're passing by. Oh! Not a good situation. Good God. Broke the fourth wall, trying to get it. That is the end of the road for Dalton Gibson. Thankfully, he has a fast repair. We're going to watch the 17 now. Catches that left side apron. And boom, straight into the wall. I mean, good God. Pure T in the air. Where's Brianna Warren? We have an airborne count. He will be in the pits now, having to try to take all of that damage off. To the best of his abilities. Oh, and Matt Beggy sleeping. Matt Banky somehow has just went upside down. Let's go see what happened there. A lot of wrecks already early on. Solos. We have not had a caution. Here's Banky in the 20. Ooh. Bad contact with the 20. Goes down low and probably that apron. Yep, the apron flips him over. So now this is going to be crazy to see wrecks within the corners because it is literally going to be a flip fest when you go back down straight off the apron. Could be a challenging night for these drivers. Daniel Holloway currently in third place. Guerrero still in second. Josh Ball in first place. Holding on pretty well right now. I can honestly say they have been pretty dominant up here so far. Team has led all 6 laps, but now here comes Holloway. So I've had enough of it. You guys have had enough time sitting up here. It is my time to shine. So move out of the way and let me get on by. Of course, looking at this race tonight, your American Stock Car Racing League Championship picture. It's early to be talking about it, but you can never not want to talk about the championship run. Adam Kilday right now, he is the man to beat. Kilday sits first with 116 points. And despite finishing only 12th in the most recent race, he came 3 points from that event. That is important because Kilday isn't relying solely on race wins. He's consistently accumulating a lot of points. And of course, that has him 15 points clear of the 33 of Josh Ball. Now, of course, the question does become, can someone actually knock Kilday off of the top spot, and how long will it take? And of course, talking about Josh Ball being cleared 15 points by the man in first place right now, currently on points. He's sitting around, I want to say 20th actively right now on the field. Josh Ball, though, sitting in third right now. He is the biggest threat. Ball is sitting second with 101 points. In his latest race was another solid performance. 7th place with 35 points scored for the night. Even more impressive, gained 5 positions during that race. He's now only 15 points behind Kilday, which is absolutely manageable with the season still developing. A lot of time left regardless of the season to be able to do the thing. Ball has put himself in position to become not only Kilday's biggest championship challenger, but also the hardest fighting person up in the top 5 right now. Of course, the man behind him sitting in third right now in the points, the 15th place, number 8 of Stephen Alessi. He's quietly becoming a contender slowly but surely. Alessi is one of the drivers really to watch at this time of the season for races in. He's sitting third with 99 points, only 2 points behind Ball, 17 behind Kilday. His latest race with a 13th place finish had collected him 29 points still on the night. So he had a pretty good points positioning there for that race. Of course, more importantly, his overall season has been strong enough to keep him firmly in that championship fight early on. If Ball and Kilday start battling each other, Alessi could be the guy who sneaks right through that middle blind spot gap to take it all. Of course, Mr. Hood himself, the 35 of Matt Banky, he is in 4th with 94 points, only 22 points behind Kilday. Of course, he was scored for 20th in the latest race, but his season total shows that one bad result hasn't derailed him. He's also only 5 points behind Alessi. Top 4 are literally currently separated by just 22 points, which means this championship is far from settled right now. Banky really disconnected on the track. This point in time, he started in 22nd, currently in 29th, I believe, a few laps down currently. So we are at lap 11. 45 for the stage, 90 for the race, so 45 will be our stage break. Hopefully you guys at home are enjoying yourself. Pretty good race so far, shall I say. Zach Stevens and Chase Greer now jump out to the current lead. Such a big track, the cars are going to go so slow in that camp. Zach Stevens, Chase Greer 1 and 2 right now on the bottom side, right in front of Ball. Holloway's going to try to manage that top side run. A little bit of a wiggle there for Greer. He's all good to go. Regathers that momentum, gets to the bumper, trying to push the driver in front of him, but it's not going to matter. Holloway and Hancock get up there. Hancock straight to the wall. There's the 8 around of Alessi as well. More drivers wrecking on the track. First caution now officially out. What a mess of a situation here for them. Back it up first off. Right about here, we have the 343 of Russ Hancock. Just a little bit of back contact, slams the wall. Behind him, you got the 8 trying to figure out what's going to go on. The 54 dives low, trying to make the good run around Hancock, and the 343 up high. Connects with the 8, sends him into the wall. Hancock gets some extra damage. There's 2 airborne counts for the night already. While that's happening, 43 and the 31 behind, 87 and the 60, 96 collects. Hancock gets a little bit more. Actually, he can walk away with it. A lot of drivers involved in that second wreck. A lot of fast repairs about to have to get used. While these drivers are going around, pace car currently in turn at number 3 right now. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. Of course, for our Twitch Premium subscribers, you will see picture-in-picture views. So, of course, we'll be back in just a few minutes. And do not go anywhere, because you're going to miss some good action here for the American Stock Car Racing League.
Industry. It runs on your industry, your hard work. After all, the wheels of commerce don't spin by themselves. It takes an expert to keep them turning. You. Mobile experts can help. Working by your side to make machines and engines last longer, streamline maintenance, understand data, and act on it, saving time, money, and energy. Because everything runs precisely, exactly, and completely the way it's designed. Something we understand inside out, from working together with experts at equipment manufacturers. Enough to earn their recommendation in 3 short words. Fill with Mobile. And it's not written in pencil for a reason. The well-oiled machine, you make it that way. Because you fill with more than exceptional lubrication. You fill with expertise, collaboration, and pride. You fill with mobile.
You can run the perfect race.
Denny Hamlin leading the pack on the final lap.
Make all the best moves, and then, boom.
Oh, Hamlin's hit. Hamlin is out of it.
That's true in racing and life. Things happen that are out of your control. And when debt hits hard, National Debt Relief helps you take control. National Debt Relief is the most trusted debt relief company in America and can get you back on track and then control. And they don't just patch things up. They help you build a winning strategy so you can pay less than you owe in less time than you think. National Debt Relief helps reduce your debt so you can focus on moving forward. When life wrecks your finances, National Debt Relief helps you get back on track. Visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started today.
Every journey toward racing excellence begins the same way, with preparation. Different tracks, different stakes, but the same attention to detail. Today, the gap between the garage and the living room has never been smaller. Because mastery isn't about where you start, it's about where you train. Whether you're chasing trophies or lap times, the road to racing excellence starts with the same tools.
Logitech G wheels and pedals.
Available with one click on.
Green flag is going to be back now after that first caution of the night. While we're back, green flag, let's go ahead and throw it back real quick to show you exactly what happened if you're just tuning in. Huge wreck came in with the 343 of Russ Hancock slaps the wall. Then carnage behind. Just back from that caution now. Chase Greer holding it down in the one spot. 40 car wants him to win tonight, and it's a good track to try to go get one at. You don't really see this track often. Doesn't get ran in officials, so now would be your best time to try and go get yourself a win here. Run on points. Kind of set yourself up for a few more weeks of racing action. Right now, kick a leash now to the forward field. And at your top 10 right now, leads in first, Trevor Yates in second, DJ Norris in third, Kilday. Now in fifth is Aramis. Gets that fourth spot. Chase Greer sitting in the sixth place position. Josh Ball now in sixth, going back and forth there with Hess. Charlie Morgan in 17 positions up from where he started right now in sixth place. A lot of moves happening. Chase Greer now all the way in eighth with Guerrero in ninth and Holloway in 10th. 3 wide running already. Any time here tonight. Let's go get a halfway, just about. Yeah. Good Lord. Halfway through this stage right now. Lap 20. 21 is last time. Josh Ball currently back out to the lead after a 3 wide run. Uh-oh. Trouble in paradise again. That time Kilday involved. Just connection off the wall. Alessi cannot get a break. He's going to be back in the caution again. Just used that fast repair to get that damage off. And now he's got some more. Alessi will get the EOL. Second caution is going to be out now. Josh Ball currently your leader at the time of the caution. A long pit road. And I mean a long pit road for these drivers. Finally entering pit stalls. About 30 seconds just to get down to your pits. Of course, Ball will come out in first place. Morgan will gain second. Daniel Holloway in third. Alan Hess in fourth. Trevor Yates rounding out your top five. Horst in 6th. Chase Greer in 7th. Riddle now in 8th. Zach Stevens in 9th. Brandon Matthews rounding out your top 10. Of course, choose coming this time by. It's going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out. As a lot of the guys already used a fast repair at a really early point in this race. Going green this time by. In the restart zone, we're going to go back to green flag racing. Lap 25 out of 45. Bro, I need you to set up my SDK with this leaderboard that you have. You talking about the horizontal one? Talking about that one? Yeah, I can get you the links to plugins and stuff. Sick. I love it too. There's 2 modes to it. I don't show the second one. But you have horizontal B as well. There's a little bit of a difference. Josh Ball holding down the fort in the lead. He's for himself. Really are at this point in time. So far, about 11 laps. 11 second, he's led 7. Yates still searching for that lead position. Just about 2 laps earlier. Ain't been back since. Ethan Horst had the opportunity to lead or lap himself. Top 5 drivers around. You know, we were talking about the points. We were talking about the standings. How many people were in what position? Oh my God. Calamity strikes again. That's going to have to wait for us. At least 6 drivers in there. Look at that right there. Oh, I wish I could draw on my screen John Madden style, because we can see where it's coming from without even having to click play. This is exactly where your caution is going to come from. You got to remember, guys, can't touch this apron. It is detrimental. So many people got launched there. Might actually see people start dropping from that one. Matthew Wilson has already went to pits and retired. Almost every single driver into pits now. What a horrible situation to find yourself in there. Oh, we had another person drop out. Of course, Ball in the lead at that point in time. He will hold the lead. Banky going to get the wave around this time. Tough way to start off the race. Of course, getting ready to go back green this time by. In the box. Josh Ball taking us back to another green flag. Green flag is back out now. Oh no, the progress bar is set for some reason. Over from here, lap 30, 15 to go in stage number 1. We've already had 2 cautions for insanity tonight. Calm, cool, and collected early on. Still have a lot to get with here. Superspeedways are always unforgiving tracks. You don't know what's going to come at you. And you don't know if you will survive. Sitting in first place, Yates. It's a pretty good single file run for the Browns. 14 laps to go. Top 10. Do not make a mistake here. Spot. Still about one big pack here, but there's a lot of fighting going on within that pack. For dear life right now. It's gonna be down traffic just in front. So let him go on by. efficiently at this point in time. I'd say it's a little bit more of a forgiving track than we're normally used to seeing with them. Second line's actually looks as though starting to catch momentum behind us. Got a little wiggly. Got lost a little bit of time. Seven laps to go here now. Holloway in first place. Still holding on strong right now. 16 laps left for him here tonight. Josh Paul 15. Second place. To the tournament tonight. He's going to get around a pretty difficult 21 machine. Gas is down. Time 4 laps to go. 6 laps. Riddle holding on to 7th place. A little bit of a split between these drivers now. Almost on the same field. Waiting for that 3-2 truck to make moves. tanks are almost fully on E now. Hopefully drivers will have enough to at least make it the next 6 laps, because you gotta get around again to go into pits. Make sure you give yourself an EML for entering the pit. Uh-oh, 4 to go. Got pits. 21, 17, and 31 all coming into pits with a call out. A few others going in as well. No black flag for the 7 drivers that came down to pits. Josh Ball will cycle to your current leader. Chase Brewer and company now in the pits. Trevor Yates cycling to the lead. 2 laps to go. You still got pit cycle call-outs happening. The first driver's down pit road at lap 43. Zach Stevens currently sitting in 6th. He does have 1 to go here. Drivers, the last pit stop was at lap 27. I'm not too sure if they'll have the gas to make it. Not too far behind. Will not matter for the 8s though. So we hit lap 45. The stage break will come out. Joshua Riddle will go ahead and get your stage win here tonight. First caution now officially out. Gonna hit a commercial break, and we'll be back with some more action.
Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force it off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Trish on the bottom.
Bouchard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging. And to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
Got a great car, great team. Let's go execute. Our time. We know what we got to do. Stay in the fight between the walls.
Time to turn the intensity up.
Fight to the end, no matter what happens. Good day to be in victory lane.
Green flag is in the air. Driving with conviction.
Side by side, hammer down.
The after-checks are lit. Count out anybody who wants it the most.
We are eyes on the leader now.
He is driving his guts out.
Wheel to wheels, they come to the
What
line.
a victory this will be.
Nobody wants it more than you.
Next flag is going to end it.
Does he have enough? A dominant performance.
Gonna say no, baby. Let's go.
Can you believe what you are seeing? Everybody pushing as hard as they can in one final shot.
Gotta earn this thing. Run here to the end.
It is all on the table.
A total 500. Your engines.
We are going to be back under double file, ready to start the next 45 laps here tonight. Currently, Gibson will be your leader for this restart. Zach Stevens on the outside for row 1. Gibson at 25 positions up from where he qualified just about an hour ago. Pace car to go off as he will make the left-hand turn now. Drivers will be back to a green flag run in the restart zone. Gibson getting a strong launch there. He'll be able to hold that bottom side pretty well right now. Top side really hasn't had much to do with any passes. We've seen a top line form, but nothing really come out of it strong enough. I really think we'll have to let it still a possibility. It's kind of unfortunate, but so it's just going to be a single groove track tonight. Currently looking at the standings, they take about half of your screen. What's your top 16? What's your top 10 right now? As we said earlier, Kilday leading the points, 116 points. Josh Perez second as well, 15 back. Charlie Morgan in technically a tie for second. Stephen Lessie
4th. Matt Benke 5th. Alan Hess 6th. Guerrero 7th. 2 pits home. Gibson. Hancock in the technically 9th place with course. Manager 10. We have another caution on the field, that being Stephen Jack. Already went back to pits. Hunter Smith is away with a meatball flag. Another rollover today. Where do they even start from? Ah, a little bit of contact. Yeah, good cam. Right rear, left front contact there. And it absolutely sent the 43 flipping on the top side all the way down to the apron. In pits now. Do not believe they went out for the night, which means they probably have a faster car left. Stephen Jack in pits for about a minute worth of time. Looks like Dwayne Corbett with a black flag now. Of course, pits are going to be open this time by for the drivers. Some tires, most likely just a gas and go for majority of drivers. I would imagine you're not going to see any cars get jacked up here. As Gibson, who was in row 1 for that last restart, does get a gas and go. He'll be back out and will beat everybody back out to contain that lead. Daniel Holloway getting second, Chase Greer in third. Austin in fourth, Hancock rounding out the top 5. Lucky dog going to Kevin Leash in the 77 now. He will get a lap back early. And 53 out of 90. Normally I would say we're just over the halfway mark, or we've been over the halfway mark for almost about 10 laps now. A little bit different, a little bit of a bigger track though, so it does make sense as to why we're 10 laps shorter than normal. Two teammates are going to start next to each other in row number 1. It's going to be Holloway and Gibson. Posted not going to be too far behind in fourth. Looks like 48. is still holding that lead right now just by a thin margin to the teammate on the top side. They're going to keep teeter-tottering for the lead right now. They are officially declared 30 lines. Third line's a little bit in shambles as well as the second. And there's another huge wreck on the front stretch. Guerrero gets through it. Josh Paul gets through it, but Guerrero won't. Situation there. Too much going on, not enough room to get around, and that is exactly what happens. You get at least 8 cars in one pile up. Another caution. Banky, Corbet, and Rodman will be the only 3 in just Tuesday out. Leslie and Matthews already out for the night, as well as Matthew Wilson. Gibson will come back out as your current leader. Few drivers in front of him that are going to get that wave around. Choosing that bottom sign again for this restart. Probably a wise move for him. He's going back now Gibson taking the charge. Positioned right now in the middle of a 3 wide to the top side. Charlie Morgan, Kilday, and Yates will be able to prevail through the middle line. No one has went down yet, though. They wait to go down just before they enter that corner. Good run up here on the top right now for these drivers. The charge on the other side. Wasn't easy for him to get there, though. He has been fighting a lot of drivers off the past 42 laps. 29 more laps to go here now. And Oliver hit 7 points. Single foul spread for a lot of the cars in front. 3 wides just behind them. Decided to go back single foul. They realize that double foul just doesn't really seem like you can get a top side run here and pull it all the way home without
first 2 races of this season. Unfortunately, couldn't go for the triple threat back-to-back. Finds himself in a good position now, though, with 26 laps left to go. He's able to hold this lead. It might just be a shoo-in for this win. About 25 more laps to go now. It's where you start seeing a lot more aggression, a lot more difficult driving, a lot more pushing. Now to the top side, they're going to be about 3 wide with a little room between each other. Yates already falling back to 8th place, just had a good run there. Now it's going to be Morgan and Ball. Good sizable distance right now to Edward Smith. The rest of that field, I don't think it'll actually pay off, though. I feel like they're still going to be able to catch up. DJ Norris in the 8th spot right now. He's down 6 positions. Now 7 for the night. Teetering back and forth between positions here. Take a commercial break. 21 more laps to go. Charlie Morgan currently in the lead right now. Who will be able to take week number 4 win here tonight? Of course, we still got about 21 laps before we can tell you that. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. And we'll be back with some more action.
industry. It runs on your industry, your hard work. After all, the wheels of commerce don't spin by themselves. It takes an expert to keep them turning. You. Mobile experts can help, working by your side to make machines and engines last longer, streamline maintenance, understand data, and act on it, saving time, money, and energy. Because everything runs precisely, exactly, and completely the way it's designed. Something we understand inside out, from working together with experts at equipment manufacturers. Enough to earn their recommendation in 3 short words. Fill with mobile. And it's not written in pencil for a reason. The well-oiled machine, you make it that way. Because you fill with more than exceptional lubrication. You fill with expertise, collaboration, and pride. You fill with mobile.
You can run the perfect race.
Denny Hamlin leading the pack on the final lap.
Make all the best moves, and then, boom.
Oh, Hamlin's hit. Hamlin is out of it.
That's true in racing and life. Things happen that are out of your control. And when debt hits hard, National Debt Relief helps you take control. National Debt Relief is the most trusted debt relief company in America and can get you back on track and then control. And they don't just patch things up. They help you build a winning strategy so you can pay less than you owe in less time than you think. National Debt Relief helps reduce your debt so you can focus on moving forward. When life wrecks your finances, National Debt Relief helps you get back on track. Visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started today.
Every journey toward racing excellence begins the same way, with preparation. Different tracks, different stakes, but the same attention to detail. Today, the gap between the garage and the living room has never been smaller. Because mastery isn't about where you start, it's about where you train. Whether you're chasing trophies or lap times, the road to racing excellence starts with the same tools.
Jump down in front.
Logitech G.
We're back now, and it's going to be in the middle of some pit cycles. My 4 drivers just called out their pit boxes. And there's a car around sideways. I believe that was going to be Michael Hora. We're just getting loose going to the transfer from the racing surface to the apron. Managed to do it off track, so a caution has not come out. Got about 16 more laps to go here tonight. And 7 cautions for incident, about 2 airbornes. Actually, I think we have 3 airbornes here tonight. Ooh, and an actual caution to come out now during pit cycles, so that is going to screw a few drivers over. It's going to be Paul Bloom around. Paul spun on his pit exit. It's going to trap a lot of people down. Although we've already had a lot of the lead lap cars pit too, it's going to be almost impossible to grab a wave around. As you are not going to expect almost anybody on lead lap to come back down after just going in pits. Zach Stevens, your leader at the time of the caution. Chase Greer in second, Hunter Smith in third, Ball in fourth, Kilday rounding out your top five currently. Seventh caution of the night here. Hey, let me not screw up your name. It's either Saran Gas or Saran Gas. So we're just going to say gas. Appreciate the Prime sub. You are going to get some good action all week long now. Speaking of good action all week long, be sure to check us out. Of course, here on Mondays for the American Stock Car Racing League. Ride time kicking back up in September on Wednesdays. Naris solely on Saturdays now. We're going to have to get that switched. About 8:50 for the green flag there. 8:30 for the qualifying for the next gen cars. We have a new addition to Thursdays, though. That'll be starting up next week for the Asphalt Racing League. Now just waiting here to go back green. Greer and Stevens in row one now. Greer on the top side, Stevens on the bottom. Pace car is going to be off this time. We're going to be back to green flag. flag going to be back out now. More laps to go. It's been a good race here tonight for the iRacing Superspeedway. Now it's going to be an incredible battle for the lead. Chase Greer currently holding on to it. Josh Paul behind. A really good push going on. There goes Paul's move to the bottom side, trying to take the lead, and does. Was coming. Ooh, Greer left high and dry. Norris goes down to the bottom now. He takes over the lead just in front of Greer, but here comes Greer again at top side line. Norris going to move up. That's going to almost stack the field. Just lost Norris his position. Now they're going to be moving for a little bit here as Norris keeps falling himself back and bringing it back in the back. A little bit of April scrapes. A lot of what is going on the back end. Single file lines to the top 5 right now with 10 to go. Another caution. Russ Hancock getting turned in the front. DJ Norris taking credit for the wreck. This is going to be a tough one. It's going to be a strong shootout. Leaders going into pits now. or faking. 100% faking. I was about to say, it's a little risky to go into pitch right now. Lose all that momentum, lose all that strategy, stay far, far in the back, and then have to work all of it back up to the front. It's better to just stay where you're at. Work yourself back up. Should be an interesting finish here, though. Lead position down right now. Probably will choose the top side. Personally, I would have chose the bottom, knowing the top side has not really had much of a good run all night. I definitely, personally, would have chose that bottom line. It's going to be ball and kill day. Schromm and Guerrero. With Matt Banky rounding out your top five. Eighth caution of the night is going to be a 5-lap shootout here now. Drivers are hoping to navigate these green-white checkers, as we had 9 cautions last week. Would have 8 this week, would be a step in the right direction. Even if we break even with 9, still a great step in the right direction. Green flag is going to be back in now. To go. drivers in front of him on that low side. He still has a little bit of time to catch him back up. They're going to go 4 wide for the lead. Ball comes out of that, still in the lead, has not went up to pick up his teammate. Can't be going to try to get up there. A bit of unsteadiness not too far behind them. Gonna be 3 to go this time across the line. 4 wide in the back for 10th place right now. Staggered there. Guerrero getting to the lead. Talladega last week. If Guerrero could pull this off with 3 to go, that would be 2 back-to-back winners for the first 4 points paid races of this season. Takes away from him. Getting just in front of Maggie by about 2 positions, 3 positions. 6 cars broken away from the pack. Excuse me, 7 cars. I couldn't see Ball and Guerrero separate. 7 cars separated away from the pack, 2 laps to go. White flag is going to be out now. No more cautions. He's going to use that side draft. One of the no Presto boys might have to go up and block. It doesn't look like he's going to have the run. Will it be? Coming to the line now. Ball's going to make a move. A little bit of a late move. Would have had him if he went just a little bit earlier. Guerrero going back to back 2 weeks in a row. Sente Guerrero gets second win of the season. 2 back-to-back winners for all 4 races so far this season. Of course, we will have our interviews with our top 3 finishers. I'm going to go ahead and bring in our 3rd place finisher. Third place finisher is going to be the 85 of Adam Kilday.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Doing all right. Glad the race is over, and yeah, I can finally take a break.
Of course, you know, iRacing Superspeedway, not a track that runs in officials, not a track you get much time to run on. How did you feel coming into this race tonight?
I mean, I was a bit worried on how we were going to handle like turn 3, especially. That apron on the entry can kind of come out of nowhere and catch people off guard if you're not looking ahead on paying attention on where that's at. But you know, surprisingly, we all did a pretty good job on making it through the turns. But you know, once I saw we got like 20 laps under our belt to start off with not many issues regarding the apron, I felt like it was going to be a pretty good race. And you know, the trucks right now, it's like you have this insane side draft package with them when it comes to like other tracks, like especially New Daytona, Talladega, where at iRacing Superspeedway, you actually see the trucks shine in the natural state they used to be in prior to that crazy aero update iRacing did. So it's nice to have that type of racing where it's multiple lanes racing and people pushing like crazy, trying to surge their lanes to the front instead of it just being one single file dominant line up towards the wall somewhere where the bottom doesn't get a chance. But no, it was an enjoyable race for the most part, to say the least.
Of course, you know, 2 back-to-back weeks with low caution counts, only 8 cautions tonight, 9 cautions last week. You got to be loving, you know, that most of your race isn't spent under pacing now.
Yeah, I mean, it is nice the races get to end sooner. I mean, I was in a couple other races where we were kind of right there for a podium, and unfortunate circumstances happened. But you know, it's just the way it comes down at the end of these races. People are aggressive, trying to do their thing to win the race themselves, and you know, sometimes you get caught up in the mess, or you could have a bad race early on and get caught in 2 back-to-back wrecks early on. You burn a fast repair, and then you're out for the race. But no, this track especially, I want to say too, it's more harder to avoid wrecks when they do occur because you're going so quick, and especially into the turns, cars don't really want to turn to avoid a wreck how you want. But the worst of all is definitely the front stretch. Once a wreck happens on that front stretch, there's nowhere to go. There's people piling in there like crazy, and your best bet is to probably just hold the brake, hope for the best, maybe look in the mirror, see who's coming, and avoid a guy flying in a Mach 9 to where he doesn't get to the back of you. But yeah, with that wall right there to your left side, there's just nothing you can do to avoid them.
Of course, coming into this race, you are points leader right now. Of course, this race will be a little bit different, probably not too much, as you still got a top 3 finish, finishing on just behind Ball. But of course, 15 points separate you and your teammate right now. Of course, pretty good start to the season for all of you guys. Guerrero with 2 back-to-back wins, and then you and Ball top 1 and 2. How are you feeling about your season so far, 4 races
in? Probably if I get one more solid race in with decent points, maybe I'm probably in a pretty comfortable spot for the rest of the season to make the playoffs. But it's feeling all right. Hopefully we'll try to go for a win ourselves here. Maybe knock a win off the tally in this season. But right now we all do look pretty solid. Trom here, he got stage points with us this race. Got a P4 too, so big points night for him as well. But yeah, hopefully I'll keep up this momentum with the team, and and hopefully we all make it through and carry it on through the playoffs and maybe come away with a chip. So we'll see.
Of course, man, before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give to anybody tonight?
Yeah, we'll do a definite big shout out to the team here, No Presta Esports, Vicente Guerrero, Josh Ball, Charlie Morgan, Dwayne and Tron. Good running with these guys. We worked pretty good here at the end. Got where we wanted to be, surprisingly. It worked out for us to get in the order we were in, so it's probably a shout out to that. And then shout out to admins here, American Stock Car Racing League. Those guys putting on the show and all the work they do, at times greatly appreciated. And then anyone who may have helped this race, appreciate you all. And same goes with the broadcast here at T-Bone here on Twitch. So appreciate you as well, man.
Of course, man. Congrats on your top 3 finish tonight. Hopefully we get to see you keep dominating the top of the points list for a few more weeks, if not the rest of the season. But good luck to you for the rest of your season, as next week is going to be fun. Of course, staying in the trucks. But moving to I'm assuming back to Daytona. Schedule looks a little messed up because we were supposed to be in the Gen 6s for tonight, but I think after that netcode situation it was understandable. So we should be at Daytona next week. So yeah, good luck to you, brother.
Try to bring it with us, but appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. You have a good one.
All right, you too.
Moving on to our second place finisher, Josh Ball.
Sir.
So I gotta ask, Steam Deck or Sim?
Sim this week. Sim most weeks. Steam Deck next week, though.
Oh, God.
I know.
At least it wasn't in the Gen 6 cars. It could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been. Could have been real bad.
Top 3 finish for the team. I wouldn't say the entire team, but decent amount of the team got that top 3 finish. Looking pretty strong, having to finish in front of Kilday to try to make up some of that points gap. 15 points separate you and your teammate right now. Guerrero sitting in 7th, but after that back-to-back win, probably is going to get boosted a little bit. So, of course, we were talking to you last year, or last season, about the team coming back and how you guys feel like you were going to fare early on. I mean, we're 4 races in now. You've claimed 2 of them team-wise for victories. You guys are proving yourselves on the points list. You know, how are you feeling about your season at race 4 of the season?
Well, yeah, like obviously we haven't had the wins or the finishes the first time we got to talk to you, but I mean, overall we've been pretty consistent in getting stages and stuff, so we've been up there in points. Yeah, it's kind of just putting it all together, and then yeah, tonight was pretty simple. We got a gotten wrecked towards lap 50ish, but used our fast repair then. But we tried to stay up front most of the time just so we didn't have to do that. Um, yeah, but team wise, doing pretty good. There was Vince had to miss a race, and then Kilday had to miss a race. So, or I don't think Kilday did. Adam did. So it was just a little back and forth, just getting us back going this year, and obviously Super Speedway here, or whatever you want to call it. What is it? iRacing Super Speedway? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tron was able to finish fourth, so that was pretty good, and yeah, pretty good night.
You know, going on to next week, we'll talk about this week a little bit more. You know, it's supposed to be in the trucks, but I mean, it's supposed to be in the Gen 6 cars, but thankfully, after situation we had last week with the net code, we decided to move to trucks. Did that, was that a little bit of a surprise to you, having to, kind of get in the headspace of driving the truck around here compared to the Gen 6 car, or was it not as bad as it could have been, trying to prepare for a whole different generation of car?
Yeah, no, I think it was pretty good. We kind of knew pretty early on it was going to be the trucks. So, I mean, people that did practice, the trucks were known pretty early. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad we switched because we knew prior to the last race that there was an issue, but they just wanted to see for themselves, and obviously there was big issues with that car. So, I'm hopefully we get it, they fix it up, iRacing does, and we get back to racing again, because definitely one of the better cars to run on super speedways, but they kind of killed it. But yeah, now so we're just yeah, trucks are actually really good at this track. They don't have as much, that right side pullback as some of the like Daytona and Talladega. I mean, it's still there, but it's not as prevalent. So we did, a bunch of 2 wide. There was 3 and 4 wide, I think, at some points. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Actually, I enjoyed it. That was one of the first races I really enjoyed at iRacing Super Speedway. But yeah, I mean, the truck decision definitely a good idea.
Of course, staying in the trucks for, I'm assuming, the next 3 races is a little bit different. Only it's 2 races in advance on, unless they're going to re-update the entire schedule. Next week is slated to be Daytona at the trucks. Daytona at the trucks seemed to be a pretty good race last year, or last season. How you feeling about going back to the trucks at Daytona next week?
Well, it'll be survival for me. Again, I'll have to do the Steam Deck next week and make another trip out to Colorado this weekend. So it'll be, try to ride around in the back. I tested it earlier today just to get the settings that I need, and going straight instead of having to turn all the way down the straightaway. So seems it should be okay. Obviously we ran the championship race on the Steam Deck, and it went fine. So yeah, it should be fun. Hopefully, I probably won't win, but hopefully one of the rest of the team could get it done. Vince for 3 maybe, or Kilday or Trom get in there. Dwayne, they've been running real well, and any of them can win.
Of course, man, before I let you go, any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, obviously you being here tonight, Tyler, doing the broadcast. Everybody that does the league, American Stock Car Racing, helps put it on. Dalton for being the league admin there, and then the team. Couldn't do it without them.
Of course, man, congrats on your second place victory tonight. Looking forward to seeing you and Kilday fight for that points lead for the next few weeks. Obviously, one is going to have to prevail. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on you two, and definitely Rooting for both of you because we can't be biased. You're on the same team. So,
Sounds good, man. Thanks.
yeah, you're welcome, man. You have a good one.
You too.
And now on to the winner of tonight's race. That is going to be the 14 of Vicente Guerrero.
Tyler.
You there? Yeah, hey, there he is.
What up, Tyler? How's it going?
Well, I'm doing good, but you got to be doing better than me.
Nah, I'm
Second
doing all right.
driver. Say, hey man, second driver this season to go back to back. First four races we have had consecutive winners, 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, you could blame that one on Charlie.
Well, I mean, he got the first two set. You got the second two sets. I won under some pretty extreme conditions because we all know that Gen 6 car was not good. Net code wise, car is fantastic. Net code wise, that car was not good. You were still able to make something out of nothing, and you ended up getting that win last week. Put you up to 7th in points. Of course, you're going to get another nice boost here tonight. But I mean, you've got to be feeling good about your race here today.
Yeah, I mean, it was all part of my master plan there. I mean, that's what Ball would probably say. Um, One of my typical nights where just, if I just take it easy throughout the race, get a couple laps down. I think maybe I won a lap down tonight at one point, and just try to, stay under the radar and to the end, and had a second chance there and got on the lead lap and took advantage of it. And yeah, I think Ball called it out, probably like 14 laps to go there under caution. He called it out, and I just wanted him to feel good about predicting the future.
Still a long season ahead of us. Just off of that Talladega race alone, after scoring was completed and updated, you gained 19 positions up. That puts you in 7th place. Of course, you'll make another good move here tonight on points. I mean, 3 of you sitting almost within the top 5 pretty early on in the season. I mean, it's got to feel good to be the man leading the charge, knowing that your guys are coming out swinging pretty heavy early on this year.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just trying to keep on top, trying to, make a statement here, and yeah, it's looking pretty good for our team. Hopefully, we keep it up and keep marching forward. But maybe I could get one of my teammates to win next week or something.
Well, I mean, it looked like Ball was about to steal one from you tonight. Literally gave it just a late move. I don't know if he was going out there to block just in case or if he was trying to steal one himself, but I mean, you beat him by .014, so he was trying to steal it from you.
I told him, I go, Paul, if you really wanted to take it from me, you needed to come out of 4. He's all, no, I just want to make sure, nobody else gets, builds a run off that exit. I'm like, you could have had it if you just took my right rear coming out of 4. So hopefully, maybe next time he'll get it.
Now, looking at tonight, not a lot of races not a lot of time is put onto iRacing Superspeedways. Of course, it doesn't run officials, which it should, but unfortunately, it doesn't. How was your strategy for tonight? Did it kind of play out the way you expected it? And of course, how did the truck feel on the track?
Uh, the truck felt fantastic on the track. I mean, props to the admins for coming out with the putting on the trucks for tonight. I think the Gen 6 cars were up next at this track too. So from the previous week, they changed it to the truck. So I give them props for that, changing the car. But yeah, all in all, man, the truck felt good here in the track. I mean, it got tangled up in some wrecks there and had some damage and had to repair some of it. Didn't want to take my fast early, but you know, was managing to the truck. Here just I don't know, just give them props for changing the car. I mean, they had some ideas there pre-race about you know some stuff, pitting, and I didn't think it was a good idea. So I think we gave our 2 cents, and they changed it back to normal pitting into pit road. I think we would have probably had a terrible race if we were trying to pit out of coming into three, like at Atlanta or something like that. But props to them for keeping it the way it's supposed to be.
Of course, man, before we let you go, celebrate the rest of your victory tonight on Monday night. Do you have any shout outs you want to give to anybody?
Tyler, I want to give you a shout out, man. I can't wait to watch this one back for sure. I want to see how I managed to get back and to take this win for tonight. I want to thank my teammates for tonight, not Team Nightmare, Charlie, also for joining us tonight. I also want to thank my wife for letting me do what I do here. Bit service and repair on my truck and my folks out in Arizona. And I can't forget to also give a shout out to my son over there, just hauling on the background, uh, trying to hey, make sure about me, give him a shout out. So hopefully one of these days he could get on iRacing. He's already got a rig set up, so it's just a matter of time and his talent to show me if he could have something for me on the track.
Well, I can't wait to see that. That'll be interesting. Father son duo going at it. No better
Yeah, it's not gonna.
relationship than
Trust
that.
me, it's not. He's a hard-headed son of a gunna, and he's not gonna let me take it from him. So he's gonna be battling me like if it was another driver, even worse probably. But I won't let him have it.
Well, hopefully we get to see that in the near future. If not, I'll be patiently waiting for the day that comes around.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Of course, man.
It'll
Congrats.
be soon.
Oh, I'll be asking you now every week. Hey, man, you got a time date on it? You got a time frame on it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He's a rookie, so he
Yeah,
thinks
he's
it's
got
super
some
sweet.
time.
He thinks this super speedway stuff ain't nothing. He thinks, oh yeah, just going making a turn left. He likes the road course, and I go, no, dude, this takes finesse, talent, and stuff like that. Hold your line and
Yeah.
and be patient and stuff like that. But he doesn't get it. But hopefully he'll learn. He'll live and learn. And hopefully, I challenge him. If you can hear me on the background, you son of a gun, get on iRacing. Come on.
Well, of course, man. Congrats on your back-to-back week victory here. Congrats on your victory here tonight. Only 6 laps led, but you got it done strong. So, I mean, you and the team finishing top 3. Almost all of the team within the top 10 on points. Pretty good start to a strong seeded season. Can't wait to see what the rest of the season has in store for you guys.
For sure, Tyler. To the next one.
Yes, sir. You have a good one.
You too. Cheers.
That was our winner, Vicente Guerrero, tonight. Of course, he gets that win with 6 laps led. Josh Ball finishing in second. Kilday in third. Charlie Morgan, your hard charger of the night, up 17 positions. Josh Ball with the most laps led at 23. Fastest lap goes to Schroem, 52.350. And your original pole sitter of the night, Ethan Horst. Only 8 cautions, 25 laps, 21 total green flag lead changes with 10 different leaders, all within 90 laps. One hell of a race as always. Of course, American Stock Car Racing League never fails to disappoint. They always put on a really good show. Or I said that way wrong. They never fail to put on a good show. They never disappoint on the track. And of course, this is another one in the books until next week, where we come back next Monday for Daytona in the Truck Series on behalf of everybody at the Asphalt Racing Network and everybody here at the American Stock Car Racing League, sponsored by Veritas International, we would like to thank you guys for tuning in here tonight. Our live coverage has officially ended, and as always, we're going to leave you with the long white flag lap where Guerrero took his second win of the season for a back-to-back weeks victory. Of course, we hope to see you next time. If not, we'll catch you somewhere else.